Hello, have I got an exciting video for you guys today? What is that? Let's get on to what the excitement is. Before we get started, I am Ayana McCoy. If you don't know me already, if you're already subscribed, welcome back. And if you're new here, hello, I am Ayana McCoy. I am an indie author, and I also dabble a little bit in singing and songwriting, but on this channel specifically, it is pretty much about my life as an indie author and all-around artistic human being. So about a year ago, I made a video where I tell you everything you need to know about the Project Romance series. So this series is a romantic suspense series I've been working on since 2023. It has 5 books. I'm literally working on the fifth book right now. It follows 5 different couples that are kind of connected in a way, like they're either related or friends or something under those lines, and they solve mysteries and fall in love, and it's a great time. And it's my first romance series I ever published, ever written, and I'm so excited that in this video today I will be doing an updated version of everything you need to know about the Project Romance series. So let's get on to it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is tell you in as much detail as possible about each book. Book 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're gonna start with the first book, Project Protection. It came out in October 14th, 2023. It is gonna be 2 years old in a couple of days. So, well, actually, it would have been 2 years old by the time you see this video. But when I'm filming it right now, it's not even the 2-year anniversary yet. But yeah, this is the first book. This is what has started the whole series and where it all began. So let me tell you what it's about. So we follow Amelie Mills right here. She is a gun for hire usually, and she pretty much does like mercenary lines of work where she just has a target. She has to arrest them or kill them. It depends on the case. We kind of start the book out with her doing a case of her arresting a corrupt politician, because in this universe it is in the regular like modern time in the real world, except that it has a little bit, the government's a little bit different, and it takes place in the UK. But they pretty much have like this company that are like full of mercenaries, gun for hires, detectives, things like that, that are just like an extension of the police pretty much, but they do jobs that police would not do. So they actually are for justice. But anyway, that is Amelie. She's a gun for hire, but she has a little bit of trauma from her past, and it is the reason why she lives in London now. Her whole family moved there. So she's having trouble dealing with that and keeping herself safe on the job. So to combat that, her boss decided to sign her up to be a bodyguard. So Eric Lee is the son of a CEO of a big tech company. He is supposed to inherit it. He is 25, not married yet, all that stuff, but he is supposed to inherit this company when his father either passes away or retires. But he is in danger. There's someone out there that has been attacking his father and pretty much putting his father and family in danger, and he finally realizes that he wants to handle the situation himself. His father hires a bodyguard, which is Amelie here, to protect him. And he is reluctant on having that bodyguard. Instead of just claiming that she's a bodyguard, he decides to... Bro, can you stop? But he has another issue of his own where his mother is trying to marry him off through blind dates and pretty much just like arranged marriage kind of things. And he is a bit of a playboy, which his mom does not like, and she wants him to settle down before he inherits the company. So he prompts Amelie to pretend to be his girlfriend so he can get his mom off his back. And she reluctantly agrees until she can figure out who is out there trying to kill him and his family and take his inheritance. And yeah, that's Project Protection. I felt long and winded. I just wanted to do it without reading the blurb because I thought reading the blurb would be boring. But this is my first ever book that I've written and published. It has a soft place in my heart, and I would love anybody to read it. That's the first book. So we're gonna move on to book 2 now. So book 2 is exciting. It is my second book. I had a very hard time writing this one, but it is Project Destruction. And if you could tell by the cover, it is sapphic and it's a little short. So it's a short, speedy romance. You could kind of count it as a novella, but I'm gonna call it a very short novel. But anyway, let me tell you guys what Project Destruction is about. So we follow Cassidy Marshall here. She is right there, and she's beautiful. She is like Amelie. She's Amelie's best friend. She is also in the lines of gun for hire, except that she's usually like on the tech side of things. She usually is making sure that Amelie knows who the target is. She's never done a case on her own as a gun for hire. So where it starts is that she finally gets her first case as a gun for hire solo, and she has to figure out how to solve this case on her own. And it's a very daunting thing for her, but she really wants to prove herself and show that she can do this job, even though she is not used to that part of doing it on her own. But the case that she's solving has to do with Nova Ramos here. She is an assassin that is pretty much kind of stuck being one, and she has to follow the orders of this man that has a lot of other assassins that he controls, whether it be through debt, blackmail, things like that. And she kills innocent businessmen because that is what she's contracted to do from her boss. And it's all to protect her younger brother because her parents owe this guy a debt, but they passed away. So it's only her and her brother to survive. So instead of making her brother become an assassin, she decided to take that job herself to keep her brother having a semblance of a normal life. But anyway, that is what she is doing. She's kind of doing not good things, but she is not worried about that because obviously she needs to protect her brother. So Cassidy has to solve this case of this mysterious person who's killing people, and Nova has to keep this mysterious mercenary off her case and pretty much take her out before she gets caught. But before all of that happens and commences, Cassidy goes to a club because she is not really experienced in romance. She is lesbian, but she doesn't have much experience. She's been single for most of her adult life, and she's like 22. So she wants to put herself out there while she's solving this case and, just going on dates and stuff like that. So she goes to a club with her friends, Amelia and Natalie, and that is where she meets Nova. And her and Nova have this romantic dance. They have a good time, and then they have a one-night stand, technically, which starts up their romance together as like dating. So they have a one-night stand, they start dating without knowing that they're after each other. And it's a whole thing, and it's so exciting. It's pretty much an enemies to lovers, if you couldn't tell. And I have this wonderful cover here. And yeah, it's really fun time, and it's sapphic. Come on now. I love sapphic romances, and the fact that this is my first one is so exciting. And I had so much fun writing it, and I can't wait to write more sapphic romances. But yeah. Now we're gonna move on to book 3. We are cranking through, we are going, and it's so exciting. But here we go. We're gonna talk about book 3. Book 3 is Project Reformation. So this is pretty exciting. It is the 3rd book. I published it. I forgot to tell you guys that I published book 2 in September 14th, 2024. And this one was published February 28th, 2025. So it literally was just published this year. And let me tell you about the story. So we follow Natalie Richards. She is the boss of the whole mercenary company that I told you guys about with book 1. So she is the boss of Amelie, Cassidy, and this character here, Brendan, which is Amelie's older brother. So they're connected. They're connected real good in this story. Yeah, so they're really connected here. It's a fun time. But anyway, Natalie thinks she has pretty much the perfect life. She is a skilled mercenary. She owns this, like, she's the CEO of this mercenary company. She is all for justice. She's doing her job. In the face of the company is a really big thing. And she has a great reputation. She's pretty wealthy. She is good. Like, she does not have to worry about money. Money is no object to her. And she's also engaged. It is an arranged marriage, but they make a great match on paper. And she is not really all for the romance aspect for real. So she's like, that's fine. It's okay with her. But she gets threats. She gets a threat outside her door the day where she's thinking about how wonderful her life is. It's literally the first chapter. She gets a threat. Somebody is out to kill her, pretty much. But she doesn't know who it is, obviously. So she needs help finding out who it is so she can be safe. So she doesn't really want to get bodyguards outside of her own company. So she decides to ask her best friend here, Brendan. They have become friends in the years that he's worked for her, and they get along pretty well. And so she thought it would be a good idea to ask him for help because he'd be more likely to help. Now, Brendan, on the other hand, has had a one-sided crush or feelings for Natalie. He's like one-sidedly in love with her at this point in the story. It's been years. He's been like that for years. He is on the same side of the mercenary work as Cassidy, except that he is kind of like a higher up in it because he's really good at it. He's really good at that tech stuff, hacking and all that. But he reluctantly agrees to help her, even though he is trying to get over her romantically because she is marrying another man. He wants to help her because he really loves her and he wants her to be safe, so he agrees. But that means they have to move in together and he has to stay with her at her house, at her home. And so that forces proximity between them two, and Brendan has to find a way to hide his feelings and keep it under wraps. But the funny thing about it is that as they continue throughout the story and get closer, she starts to see him in a different way. And so they have this little friends to lovers romance, and it's kind of forbidden in a way because she's supposed to be engaged to this other guy, and they're also trying to solve this mystery of who is out to kill her. It's a Black romance, if you couldn't tell. I mean, they're both biracial, pretty much. Natalie being Korean and Black, and Brendan being Black and white. But they're phenotypically Black, and they identify as that. So it's a Black romance, and it's my first fully Black romance. And yeah, I hope you guys think this was interesting, and we're gonna move on to book 4. Book 4 is Project Rescue. It came out on July 14th, 2025. So this is the most recent release, and honestly, it's one that I was the most excited to write and the most excited to publish and show to the world. So let's get on to what Project Rescue is about. Project Rescue follows Emily's younger sister. She has 2 younger sisters. This is Sophia. She is a party girl. She likes to have fun. She plays soccer in college. She just finished her first year of college and they're going into summer. And she is a party girl. She likes to celebrate and have a great time. But unfortunately, right as soon as summer break starts, or is starting to begin right before her sister Amelia's wedding, she gets dumped by her longtime high school sweetheart, and she has to get over that. So she kind of goes deeper into the partying and having fun and trying to not think of her ex. Turns out that her soccer team is going to like a kind of like Europe and Asia tournament in Japan, and it's so great, and she's so excited about it because going to Japan for the summer just sounds awesome. And her best friend Jane is rich. Like, her family is rich. They live in a huge mansion, so instead of going to hotels or the convention center, they stay at her family's mansion. So it's really great and really wonderful. When she gets there, she finds that Jane has an older brother, the older brother being Jiro Takahashi. She finds out that Jane has an older brother. She sees him through the window getting changed and is like really attracted to him right away. What she does is try to convince him to show her around Japan on her free time when she's not practicing for the tournaments. And at first, he's reluctant, of course. He doesn't really want, like, he's a little bit bothered by all these girls being here in his home, and he just kind of wants to focus on his things. Because what Jiro has going on is that his family, and Jane's, they're secretly a part of the Yakuza. And they're on the side where they don't really do too much violence unless they have to. They pretty much ship weapons and transportation vehicles, things like that, or other gangs in the Yakuza. So he's involved in that, and he just quit pretty much doing that and wants to focus strictly on being an auto mechanic for his uncle's auto shop. And yeah, that's pretty much what he wants to do. But Sophia finds this out, and she uses that info to blackmail him into showing her around Japan because she really wants to spend time with Jiro. And so Jiro agrees, and they pretty much spend time together, him trying to keep Sophia from putting herself in danger. Sophia convinces him. I mean, he pretty much just starts as soon as Sophia arrives to want to do like street racing. He used to do it a lot when he was a teenager, so he wants to go back to doing that. So he does start doing that with his cousin, and obviously Sophia is along for the ride, and they have, this one's not as much as a mystery as it is for like just trying to keep Sophia safe, because she kind of puts herself in danger in the story, and I won't tell you exactly what it is, but he has to use his connections and all that to keep her safe and for her to have a good time in the summer. And that is Project Rescue. I hope what I just said made sense. I am really just talking off the dome. But this one I was the most excited to write. Like, just look at this cover. It's like the most popular cover. Everybody's like, oh, I love that cover the most. And yeah, I had such a fun time writing it. It's pretty much a summer romance, obviously, because I told you it takes place in the summer. And it's just a fun time to read in the summer, and that's why I released it in June. But that is Project Rescue. That is book 4. Last but not least, I am so excited to say that I just finished the developmental draft of Project Caution, which is book 5. And it is off to developmental edits right now. And I decided I would get a proof copy, even though it was going to be really thin. So here is the proof copy of Project Caution. I wanted to see it just so I could see what I could do for the covers, because I have these on here, which looks good. That's there. And yeah, so I'm really excited about this, and I am going to tell you what it's about. It comes out on April 14th, 2026, so we got some time. It's about 6 months from now. Not a lot of time in between, but I will be talking about this book up until that point, so I'm really excited. So I'll tell you guys what this book is about. This book follows Emilie's youngest sister and Sophia's younger sister, Mia Mills. So she is in her first year of college. She decides to move all the way to her home state of Texas, hometown of Austin, to, you know, find herself and really like separate herself from her family to go to college. And she's really excited about it. And the thing that kind of messes up her whole like finding herself and all that is that she finds footage of somebody, like of a murder, pretty much. She doesn't know like why she found it, what is going on, nothing. But she finds this footage, and instead of taking it to the police, since she's so used to having a mercenary brother and an older sister, she decides that she wants to keep this to herself, thinking that it would keep her safe if she doesn't snitch. So she decides to keep it to herself to find out why and who is in that video before she takes it to the police, because she wants to make sure that the guy is officially like a bad guy, whoever killed that person. What she doesn't expect is that the person who is in the footage killing is Javier Herrera. He is a second year in college. He's very popular. He's known to be a playboy. He messes around a lot. Like, it's kind of his thing. He doesn't really tend to break hearts. He at least tries not to. He likes to keep things casual. He finds out that Mia has the footage, and he needs to get that back so he doesn't get into trouble, because pretty much the assassin company he works for is a little bit on the down low. They are not legal 100%, but they are kind of just there. So he decides to befriend her and get close to her so he can get that footage back. The plan is to, if she sees the footage, he has to kill her. But it takes him a while to figure out where she is hiding it and where she has it. So they end up spending a lot of time together and they start to fall for each other. So then Javier has a hard time with that because he has this big secret that he's keeping from her, and he wants to keep her safe now, even though he's supposed to kill her. It's this whole thing of him keeping the secret, trying to find a way not to kill her, but also keep his job as an assassin. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. And I had so much fun writing it, and I can't wait to edit it some more and make it longer, obviously, and add some more details, things like that, side plots, things. It's gonna be so exciting, and I can't wait for you guys to read the last book. And I'm so excited for the last book to be out and me to be done with my first ever romance series. I'm so excited. Woo! It's kind of hard to hold like a fan now, but there is all 5 books of the Project Romance series. I cannot wait to get the finished copy of Project Caution. And if you guys sat through this video, I'm so glad you did, because I have exciting news. To celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Project Protection, I wanted to do a giveaway where I give away the first 4 books of the Project Romance series. It will not be including book 5, unfortunately, because that will not be out till April. But I want to give away the paperback copies of these to one lucky person if you sat and watched this entire video. Yeah, to enter this giveaway, I want you guys to comment which book out of the 5 books I just told you about are you most excited to read if you haven't read it already. And if you have already read my books, and let me know which one was your favorite and why you liked it. You can just comment that below in my YouTube comment section, and I will do a spinny wheel raffle and we'll see who wins. I will do 2 winners. The first winner will get physical copies of the first 4 books, and then the second winner will get ebook copies of the first 4 books. So I will do that way just to celebrate Project Protection being 2 years old. So guys, thank you for watching this long video and sitting with me. I hope you enter in the giveaway. I just love being able to give away things, and I can't do that very often. I am doing everything on my own as an indie author, but I'm so excited about this. It's just finishing my series, and like, it's just been a long time coming. I've been working on this series for 3 years, so it's just kind of really exciting to think of that. And I'm just so happy that people enjoy reading it, and I can't wait to write more books after this. I have so many stories planned, so I'm gonna keep on working. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry I'm so long-winded and I yap a lot. Thank you guys for sitting through this, and if you like this video, please press the like button and also enter the giveaway. I would love for you guys to be able to get a free book. I will definitely promote this giveaway on Instagram too, so don't worry if you don't get my notifications. But anyway, like this video, subscribe if you haven't been subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one.